Hey guys, so I just finished watching A Quiet Place on 4K HDR. I'll get into that in a minute. Starring Emily Blunt as Evelyn, John Krasinski as Lee, Millicent Simmons as Regan, Noah Jupe as Marcus, Cade Woodward as Beau, and Leon Rossum as the Man in the Woods. So as you can tell from that cast list, not a lot of people in this film. Centers mostly on John Krasinski and Emily Blunt's characters, husband and wife duo in real life and in the film, and their 3 kids. So basically, it's set in a world where we have some kind of alien invader. It's not really explained or told to us what is going on in this film. You kind of just have to figure it out on your own. Turns out we have an alien presence, and these creatures, very well designed by the way, are blind. So they rely on their hearing to be able to track down their prey. And their whole head is like an auditory canal of some sort. The whole thing opens up. Some wonderful design, but their whole head is basically a hearing sensor. That's how they track their prey down. So you really have to be quiet, very careful, and extremely quiet, because the moment you make a sound, these fuckers are on you, quick smart, tearing you apart, and I'm assuming eating you alive, but yeah, it's really, really, really good. So we have John Krasinski behind the camera in this one, actually directing the film. I've never really been a big fan of The Office, so I can't say I've been a big fan of John Krasinski's career, but with this film, he's definitely become one of my favorite directors. He has directed some episodes of The Office, the US version, a film called The Hollers, which I know nothing about, and this one. But what he's managed to do is craft such a really tense thriller, relying solely on the eye of the camera to tell the story. Everyone in this film has barely got any dialogue. There's just some sentences throughout the film, but it's reliant totally on sign language, some subtitles, and just communicating via looking at each other and like trying to convey what you want to the other players in the film as to progress the story. So it is marvelously well done in that way. A lot of visual cues in this film, and it's strikingly done too. The cinematography in this is really quite nice, and that is thanks to Charlotte Bros Christensen. Really well done with the look of the film. So yeah, we got a strong performance as per normal from Emily Blunt playing the wife. She's pregnant in this film, which also is going to add a certain layer of tension to certain scenes, with the impending birth of a new baby in an environment where silence is key. That scene was incredibly staged and really tense and quite enjoyable to watch. Emily Blunt did such a good job in that scene. Just the nail. No spoilers, but the nail and the whole bathtub scenario. Goddamn. John Krasinski as the director and the actor in the film also does a really good role. I can't imagine how hard it would be directing a film and starring in it. Doing double duty like that would be, you'd imagine, really difficult, like having to give a performance and then kind of judge yourself, and, you know, always while you're in a scene as well with your castmates, not only concentrating on giving a performance, but also directing and observing what's happening in the scene as an outsider. So hats off. I couldn't do it. And the kids in this are really good too. Millicent Simmons, who plays Regan, deaf in real life, deaf in the movie, adds another layer to the film where you're in an environment where you have to be really quiet. One of the characters is deaf. So how would you know when you're making a noise? And if there's impending peril, how would you know? So that added another layer to the story, which I really enjoyed. Noah Jupe as Marcus also gave a really good performance too. These guys, such young actors, giving really nuanced, mature performances. It's really cool. Hats off once again. And Cade Woodward as Beau, the youngest of the family. He was cute, but once again, no spoilers. So yeah, I didn't catch this one at the theatre, so I had to wait for it to come out, and I picked it up on the 4K HDR, and I put it in the machine today to watch it in all its beauty. And as I'm watching the film, I'm thinking to myself, wow, it's not that pretty really. It's a bit grey, a bit drab, and the HDR's not really popping. Turns out I had a cable issue with my Samsung HDR player to my TV set. Somehow, some way, the cord was plugged into the wrong port on the TV, so I wasn't getting the true HDR experience. The 4K was there, but it had been reduced down somewhat to Blu-ray quality, and all the gorgeous HDR that was presented, because I did kind of fix it and check it out later on. I backtracked and checked out some scenes because I was really curious as to why I wasn't looking so good. Fixed the problem and revisited some of the scenes. So yeah, I could see the HDR really does shine. The scenes where it's all like on a cornfield and there's a lot of night scenes in this, and it was kind of grey and drab and the blacks weren't right. And I was wondering what is happening. So when I did revisit with the HDR kicked in, yeah, those night scenes were inky black, and there's a lot of Christmas lights around their little farm property, and all those little red lights just popped right off the screen. So I'm bitterly disappointed that I watched this movie without the HDR that first time around. But hey, it was a really good film, so I'm really quite happy to revisit it and watch it in the HDR 4K the way I wanted to see it. So I definitely will revisit very, very soon. So the movie as a whole was really well done. A lot of my friends who'd gone to see it at the theatre were really kind of paranoid because the film is so quiet and so silent. Eating your popcorn or opening up your pack of treats was really quite distracting. They became quite self-conscious as to making a noise. Usually when I'm at a movie and I've got something that's going to be crackly, making a bit of disruption, I'll wait till I've seen in a movie where there's some loud noises or the music is really kicking in to indulge. So seeing this movie at the theatre, I hear it was pretty stress-inducing for those who like to have a bit of a munch. So I chowed through my popcorn in the man cave watching the movie. No problems at all. But it was well done. And I really like the concept of having a movie that's essentially a silent movie, and just the whole conceit of being quiet or dying. Amazing. So John Krasinski has made a wonderful film, and I'm really keen to see what else he does down the track. I have heard rumblings that they're going to do a sequel to this. The ending definitely left that open, so I'll want to check that one out, definitely, because I really like the world they've created in this. It was really quite good. Giving A Quiet Place a rating, solid 8.5 out of 10. Very enjoyable. Lots of scares. The whole conceit of being quiet or dying. Good performances. And the cinematography was amazing. And I'm sure the 4K HDR, when I watch it properly, will be absolutely kicking my ass. So anyway, guys, thanks for checking into my channel. That's my review on A Quiet Place. Please don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Disclaimer, I'm getting sick. Why is it when you get some time off, your body just crumbles and you get sick? Spots. Got a fucking spot on my eye, sneezing, coughing, getting a sore throat. God damn it.